This election is your opportunity to choose leaders who will not only represent your views but also work tirelessly to improve the student experience for everyone. Whether it's about better facilities, more inclusive events, or stronger academic support, your vote can make a difference.
A manifesto delivered virtually by a local LNUGS presidential candidate, Master Michael Owusu-Darko, on the 19th of August 2024. I had a vision, and in the vision I had a mission, and in the mission I saw an inscription which read, "The Modification." Mr. Chairman, the Electoral Commissioner and his deputies, fellow candidates, students of our noble institution, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Michael Owusu-Darko, popularly known as MOD, a level 500 medical student of this noble institution and the past senior media or IT officer of UHAS Medical Student Association. Mr. Chairman, it is with a profound sense of responsibility and dedication that I seek to serve our vibrant student community and advocate for the rights, welfare, and empowerment of all students on our campus. This manifesto does not only address my aims for this noble institution, but also proves that Team MOD is the creme de la creme in this year's SLC or local LNUGS election. We have served students in various levels, such as holding tutorials for students, assisting students to register for Ghana card, birth certificate, student loans, helping students to secure accommodation, among others. However, this conversation is not about being supercilious or singing our accolades, but it's about what Team MOD has to offer the whole student populace. Mr. Chairman, our policies are tailored towards solving student problems, especially in the field of academics, health, as well as finances. We have carefully identified major challenges affecting students in UHAS, and we are here to help curb these difficulties. Mr. Chairman, we would begin with our flagship policies, which would have both long-term and short-term impact on students. To begin with, we will establish an academic committee within the local LNUGS that will provide extra help to students facing difficulties in challenging topics and students preparing for licential and supplementary exams. The tutorials would happen at least every 2 weeks before every supplementary and before every licential exams to prepare students for excellence. Furthermore, we would introduce the LNUGS exchange program, which will provide opportunity for students to participate in academic exchanges with other universities in Ghana and abroad. This will expose students to new learning materials, teaching, and different people to network with. We would also introduce a LNUGS student health card, which will provide students with easy access to healthcare services at whole teaching hospital or whole municipal hospital, prioritizing student health every time and every day. Our fourth flagship policy would be the introduction of the LNUGS debtor pardon program, which aims to advocate for students being prevented from writing exams due to financial constraints. This policy aims to safeguard the mental health of students who, due to financial constraints, have to write supplementary exams. Furthermore, we will introduce the LNUGS swimming school, which will offer swimming lessons to students, promoting physical fitness and water survival skills. Mr. Chairman, aside our flagship policies, we will also work hand in hand with the SLC to improve transportation system, enhance our Wi-Fi services, ensure a functioning student clinic, improve our lecture room facilities, and ensure constant flow of water in our hostels. We will continue the LNUGS ambulance aid, students loan application guidance, LNUGS driving school, LNUGS dinner and awards nights, and we will also organize seminars on various scholarship opportunities. Mr. Chairman, the well-being of the student populace is our priority, and hence we will establish the LNUGS accommodation hub that will provide students with affordable accommodation and save students the stress of searching for accommodation. We will collaborate with the SLC to foster the security system in all hostels as well. To crown it all, we will introduce the LNUGS cadet and live band, which will give students the opportunity to hone their skills and talents for the future. Mr. Chairman, I am aware that the journey of the local LNUGS presidency is demanding, but with the unwavering support of our dear students, I am confident we can achieve our goals. Together, we will challenge societal norms, break down barriers, and build a robust and inclusive campus community that nurtures the talents and aspirations of all students. In Akan, we say Ahene Pankasa. In LNUGS, we say Aluta Continua Victoria Asceta. In Team MOD, we say Dum Spiro Spero. Join us for a year of modification. Let us make UHAS a better place. Thank you all.
I'm of the opinion that my life belongs to the community, and so long as I'm a part of it and I live, I'm going to do whatever I can for it. This was a saying by Judge Bernard. Standing on this premise, I, Damanka Ferdinand, a level 400 pharmacy student, come to you today to deliver my manifesto. Over the past few months, as a president aspirant, we have had several projects which include the Get Fund Scholarship Assistance, the M10 Scholarship Assistance, of which we assisted 600 and 800 students respectively. We also had a Ghana Card Assistance Program where we assisted close to 20 students to get their Ghana cards. Also, we went on to register e-switch card for students, of which we assisted close to 200 students for this e-switch card registration process. Also, we had a mental health program, of which was online, and we assisted several students with resources for the best of their mental health. Also, we had a program which was about professional, which the team was Professional Diaries. For Professional Diaries, what we did was brought alumni of the various schools and departments back to the students to tell them about how life is after school and how best they can prepare themselves for life after school. And also, we had a supplementary exam registration program where we assisted several students on how best they can register for their programs and save them the stress of going to the bank to pay. Also, we also assisted close to 1,300 students with several scholarship schemes as well. And this shows our commitment, even though we are not yet in power, what we can do. And I believe that based on this, my policies are going to start. So for my policies, it's going to be this way, this structured in this way. For every policy, I'm going to tell you three things. One, why this policy? What's the premise for this policy? Why this policy in the first place? Two, how does this policy benefit you? And why should you be concerned about this policy? And three, how I aim to implement it. So going straight and zooming straight into it, my very first policy, that's the local LNUGS scholarship scheme. So now this local LNUGS scholarship scheme talks about a scheme that's aimed to provide financial assistance to various students proportionately. Now that is the why, because we live in a institution where our fees are exorbitant or our fees are very high. And now what happens is that during the long vac where you're supposed to actually get out this money, you actually have VT. And now this VT takes about more than 80% of the vacation. So it's either we as students those of us who take care of ourselves have less than 1 month to gather this high amount of fees, or our parents have less than 1 month to gather this high amount of fees, which is about 15,000 for some students, and about 8,000 for a regular or normal student on the UHAS campus, which you all can attest that's a very high amount of fees. So now, what does this scholarship? Why should you be concerned about this scholarship? I think that's very clear because the fees are very exorbitant, and this scheme is supposed to help you to pay your fees for those of us who are actually having a little bit financial problems here and there, or who need financial assistance to actually be able to pay our fees. Someone can argue that yes, there are lots of scholarship schemes. But one thing I can also tell you that despite these scholarship schemes, every single semester, people are still having issues with paying fees, where we have seen that students are not being allowed to write exams, and among others. So now how do I tend to do this scholarship? Instead of the normal scholarship, where we actually have a scholarship now, where we are having a problem with the requirements, in the sense that we are having a scholarship where we are telling our males that you need to have 3.5 and above, and 3.0 and females 3.0. Mine is going to be different from the current scholarship in the sense that for those who are above 3.0, they are going to get 100% scholarship. Between 3.0 to 3.5, 70% scholarship. Between 2.5 to 3.0, that's 50% scholarship. And between 2.0 to 2.5, that's 30% scholarship. So in this case, in as much as we know where you're actually going to get a very proportionate amount of this scholarship. Now take note, this way you actually need to take note a lot. This scholarship is not only limited to regular students. It's available to both regular and sandwich students, and this is going to benefit both sides. And so, based on this policy, I advocate for all of you to support Ferdinand as your next local LNUGS president. Now, policy number 2, which is the entrepreneurial skill avenue. Now, what this policy aim to do is that we are living in a society where there's low employment. So now, after your school, you need to do other stuff to actually support the business, or you need a business to actually support or augment your financial support that you might be getting from your parents. And for some of us, actually not getting financial support from our parents. So what I'm saying is that this employment, one, is a problem. Two, having to depend on parents after school is also a very big problem. So to solve this, it's best to get a business skill or a business avenue after school, so you can actually depend on this when you are done. And that's what this policy aims to do. So now in this case, what we are telling you, what we are giving you is that actually going to train you with soft business skills that can actually help you after school, so you can actually set up a business after school, so that you can actually be a better person, or can actually be not have to necessarily depend on the government for employment. Yes. So now, how do you intend to, or why should you even care about this policy? Because it's very clear. You don't want to finish school and go and be at home and be worrying about how much your mom is giving you every week. You want to get a very secure way of getting your money. So in case even your parents are still supporting you, that's just like an augmentation, not something that you have to mainly depend on when you're employed. And we all know how the employment rate or the gaps in employment in the society are. Now, this entrepreneurial skill avenue is going to be in two folds. One, we are going to have the usual one where we have 1 day or a whole day dedicated to a scholarship, where you have a whole day dedicated to business training, like a business training forum or panel discussion, where we invite people from outside to come and talk about scholarship, about business avenues to us. But this is not so effective in the sense that, one, the people just come for 1 day and just give you soft skills, they might not be able to continue about it. So we aim to go beyond that. So after this 1 day program, what we aim to do is that we actually publish out another business program. For that one, it's going to last for 6 weeks. In the sense that since we know we are students, it's going to only be for Saturdays and Sundays. So on a Saturday, you're going to have about 2 to 3 hours with the facilitators, and they'll train you on business skills. But in this sense, it's going to just be restricted to a few people who actually are interested in this, because in as much as we want everybody to benefit from this, we also believe that not everybody might really want to have this. But if in a case where we have a lot of numbers, we'll actually plan to adjust our budget to ensure that everyone possible benefits from this. And to ensure that this program is effective, after every program, we actually engage with after every session, we actually engage with the participants that what are the pitfalls or what did they have to say. So in every case, we actually making sure that there's this continuous monitoring and evaluation of each and every case, and the students are actually benefiting from what we aim to give them. Now to my third policy, which is mental health. Yes, mental health is one problem that we really need to work on, because we're living in a society, or we're living in a institution which, rather ironic, but a health institution, and to the best of my knowledge, there's nothing, there's no facility in the school, or there's no provision in the school about mental health. The best we can say is that we have lecturers who are psychologists, which we can go and visit, but which actually some people from my interaction have problems with, in the sense that they feel that these lecturers are people they really know and can actually go ahead and talk about them or the experience they share with them in class. This is just somebody's sentiment, not something I really believe in, but that's somebody's sentiment. So even if we bring on these psychologists or these lecturers who are psychologists, that means the people will not become, or that particular set of people will not actually come to it. So what do we intend to do? But we also believe that this is very important in the sense that we need to have this mental health units to actually augment what we are having, or to make better what the things we are having in school. In the sense that, one, the stress in UAS alone is a whole deal breaker. It's a whole different thing altogether. You go to class as early as 7 or 8 a.m. and you come back around 5 to 6 p.m. You come back, you have to come and now prepare for the next day, get something to eat. And by the time you are done, it's already 9 p.m. and you're actually very tired. You're very tired. So what do we intend to do in this policy? We're going to have various workshops. We're going to provide you with resources, where these resources are going to help make your mental health better, augment it, and make the society a better and safe environment for you to actually be able to study and produce the best of results. And you're going to do this by forming committees and bringing on peer group counseling, and also bringing on a lot of psychologists and mental health advocates, not necessarily from the UHAS community, but people from outside, so you can actually have that trust. But take note, the long term of this policy is to ensure that we actually finally get a mental health or counseling unit, which is a permanent office that you can actually work in and have your counseling sessions. So my very last point, which I want you to really take note that everything we have said so far has to be continued. It doesn't have to just be one-time thing. So what we aim as Team Ferdinand is to ensure that, one, all these projects we are talking about don't just be a one-time thing, but we actually transfer it to the next set of leaders or the next set of NUGS presidents and secretaries and treasurers. So actually there's going to be a leadership transfer protocol where we're actually going to transfer the various documents, the various contacts, and the various people we work with, and actually going to pass this information on to the next set of people. Just to clarify one thing, the local NUGS scholarship scheme is going to be funded by a fraction of our SRC dues, just to make this clear. So in case you didn't hear it earlier, just be sure of it. Now back to what I was saying. Now, the continuity of project is going to ensure that there's also always that transfer of knowledge from one administration to another, and also there's going to be that continuous improvement of the NUGS. So all the programs that you are talking to me about, in the sense that you keep telling me that you want NUGS driving school to continue, you want NUGS screening class to continue, you want the passports, which I've already been working towards already. I have the people on board already. All we need to is come to power and get it done. We have the website initiatives, which the NUGS, current NUGS is doing, we want to continue. The Ghana card and all that. I want you to firmly believe that whatever the current NUGS is doing, with the right support and the right documents from them, we're actually going to make sure that everything is being done. And when we come into power, every policy we actually bring on board is going to transfer to the next administration. So in the nutshell, all I'm saying is that let's come together. Let's listen to both sides of the story. Let's be very objective. Let's be comprehensive and try to listen to each person, and listen to what they have for us, what they can do for us, and what they have done. Let's look at the person who has walked the talk, not just someone who just does anything, but who has made the impact already. That's why we say we are impact bound and we're ready to embrace the future. Thank you very much. My name is Manifesto Ferdinand, a level 400 pharmacy student and an aspirant for local NUGS president. Do what to cast your vote to make me your next NUGS president. Thank you very much.
Support. Your vote can make a difference.